Hello everyone, welcome back to Cheat Codes. Today is part 12 of our 2D Roguelike series and part 2 of our character selection. So this episode we're going to do how the abilities work. We're not going to do the actual abilities. We'll do one of them. We'll do heal, just because it's simple. And then next episode we're going to finish the stats. We have some more stats to do. And then after that we'll do part 3, which will be the finish of the character selection. So this video isn't going to be as long. We're just going to get the systems done. I'll do one ability. In the next episode, we can do the rest. So how this is going to work is we'll need some more folders. Let me get rid of the ones I made while testing. So in our player script folder, one holding up our player scripts, we'll just need a new folder. And we're going to call it player character components. You can call it whatever you want. This is just stuff that's going to hold things that work around with our character selection stuff. I'm just calling it that for that reason. And then in our friendlies folder in our prefabs, or we can just make it in the prefabs folder, we'll have something for player. So player, and in here we'll have player action or character components again. And now let's get into this. We'll need a few scripts. So we'll need a character. Actually, no, we'll need an ability handler. And then we will need a abilities script. And then last but not least, we will need a passives. It's a folder. We'll need a passives script. Cool. Those are all our components. There are a few ways to go about this. I'm going over this in a bit more of a complicated and less efficient time-wise way. Specifically because this channel is to show new people different things, so it's going to be a different method. Hopefully help you guys if you ever need something in your own time. There's a lot you can do with this method, and let's get into it real quick. So also we'll need our player stats and player controller. You want to get those open. Well, we don't need them, but it's just easier. So let's open a character components folder, and I'll open these in order: ability handler, abilities, and passives. So in the ability handler, we need this is what if you use a lot of UI, this is something that you use with UI a lot. So we'll need a public Unity event. Oh, sorry, I didn't import it. So you'll need using Unity Engine.events, and this is going to be called ability to activate. I mean, you can just call it ability, but let's just call it that, I guess. And then we need a public void activate ability, and this is the one the player will every time the player wants to activate the ability, so you press E, whatever, this is what's going to be called. And then we just go ability to activate dot invoke. So essentially it activates whatever's in here. I'll show you an example in a second. So that's the abilities first, and we're going to do them in order. So we have rapid fire, heal, and armor up. Let's get into that real quick. So we need a public void rapid fire. That's the gunner's ability. In a public void heal. That's the healer's ability, obviously. And then we need a public void armor up. That's the tank's ability. Cool. We're just going to heal in this episode. We'll need something else too. Very simple stuff. We need a public, private player controller. And we're just going to call it player controller. Who cares? You call it whatever you want. It doesn't really matter. Private player stats. Player stats. Cool. Lowercase p, obviously. And then player controller equals get component in parent. Player controller Cool, and I meant to do this in a start function, sorry. So take that out, start, cool. And then player stats equals get component and parent player stats. Now you might be wondering why we're not doing game object at find object of type or whatever. We're gonna make these children of the player. So how these abilities are gonna work is they're gonna be actual physical objects that just go onto the player, like empty objects, no sprites, nothing, that go into the player and just store information. So they can just get component and parent, since the parent will be the player. You'll see what I mean. So very cool. So now the heal. So what are we doing? Player controller dot health equals player stats dot max health. Fantastic. Very simple stuff. So I show why we're doing that. So I also let me. Whoa. 1 second. Let me fix this. There we go. Lovely. That was horrifying. Uh, another way we can actually do this is, and it's probably the proper way to do it, is we could just refresh every time. Yeah, let's do it that way instead. Let's refresh every time. So we have our abilities in here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna player controller dot refresh stats. Cool. And then instead of player stats, it's just gonna reach the player controller again. Max health. So we're just refreshing the player controller to make sure his max health is equal to the specific amount, but we shouldn't need this because every time we're gonna buff the player's health, so every time we're gonna get a item that gives him health or an upgrade that gives him health, we're gonna refresh it, so we shouldn't need it at all. So very simple. All we're doing is returning the player's health into his max health. Very simple. So in the next video after this one, we'll do these other abilities. This is just to show that it works. So we have this one. Very cool. The passives also are going to be left for the next video. For now, it's just going to be empty like that. So now let's get into how this will work. Give it a sec to load. Cool. So we have the ability handler, we have the abilities, and we have the passives. So let's make an ability quickly. So we create an empty object. Let's call this heal, because that's, that's the ability. We're going to reset it so it's 0 coordinates. We're going to give it a ability handler and an abilities. Cool. Now I'll show you how this works. This is the ability handler we made. You see it's like the button UI. Press the plus. We got this. We drag in the script. Boom. And now we can select the function here, which will be heal. Very simple. There's your ability done. Take the ability, drag it into that prefab folder we made. Blop. And now we can just delete it. Very cool stuff. And now let's make a. We don't have a character handler, do we? No, we don't. We could just make this. Oh, let's just make it in here. So we'll have a character. We can call it a setter too, but let's just call it a handler. So this will just be what sets everything for the player on start. So it'll check our character holder, and it'll be like, hey, what do you have, man? And give me that information. Cool stuff. So let's open this character handler. And what we're gonna do is we have a player. What is it called again? Oh, sorry, a public, not private character handler. Cool stuff. Selected character. Cool. And then on start, what we do is game object, find object of type, character holder. Oh, sorry, before this, we're going to do select character equals. Cool. Dot. Select the character. Oh, sorry, something's wrong here. Character holder, where is it? And there she is. That's very interesting. Okay, give me 1 sec to fix that. Oh, sorry, I'm an idiot. I typed in whole handler instead of holder. No, actually we're storing a character info. Character info, select the character equals character holder, not select the character. Cool, that's our character selection pretty much done. And we're just going to put it in another void. We don't have to, but we're just going to. Private void, let's just say update. No, let's say set character. Cool. So, now we're going to go get component, player controller, dot current weapon equals select the character dot oh, we haven't done that yet. Oh, we don't have the weapons. Let's put the weapons in here. So public weapon, player weapons, weapons. Cool. And then select character dot weapons. Yes. I'm forgetting one thing here. Give me 1 sec. Oh, no, it's just a silly little thing I'm forgetting. We need to set an ID for each card in order. So public ID. Actually, no, in ID. Let's just say card ID. This is again just to hold the info. So yeah, and your character info, just also do this. And what we're gonna do is, oh, yep. And then again, select the character dot card ID. This is just so it selects the right one. Very simple. So let's head back to Unity, and now we have to give all these characters there. Oh wait, no, I'm such a man. I want to apologize. I'm an idiot, dude. I make these mistakes sometimes. So no, not an array. Just public player weapons, weapon, not weapons. See, that's what's throwing me. I put weapons on. I keep thinking about weapons. So public player weapons, weapon. Cool. No, equals select the character dot weapon. Cool. Done. So there, we already we select the weapon. Fantastic. Um, I am actually gonna update the graphics in one of the next episodes, but for now I'll just leave it. I'm gonna change how it works so the player will have actual sprites, but that's in one of the future videos. So we have the weapon, now we need the ability. So for that, we just need an ability. So in here, we just need a public game object, ability, cool. And we'll need the passive too. Let's just get it on there. Public game object, passive, fantastic. Those are done. And now we're just gonna go get component, player controller. You know, let's set the player controller. Why not? Private player controller, player controller, cool. And then in start, let's just set that. Player controller dot equals game on. It's on us. I get component player controller. Cool. So we can just replace this with player controller and player controller dot ability. Oh no, sorry. We don't actually need that. Instantiate. Wait, we need one thing real quick. Game object. Spawned ability equals. Sorry, this needs to be capital. Game object. Spawned ability equals instantiate. Selected character. Dot ability. Transform dot position. Transform dot rotation. Cool. We can also just say identity, but we're just gonna do it like this. And then spawn ability. Oops. Spawn ability dot transform dot parent equals game object. Game object dot transform. Sorry. So there we go. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm overcomplicating this so much for my mistakes. So we're spawning in the ability, and we're setting its parent to this object, which is the player. Cool. We're doing the exact same thing for the passive. So we're actually going to take this like this. Let's put a space between these. Spawned passive. Cool. Cool. Passive. Fantastic. That's that done. So let's go back into Unity quickly. I don't know if I'm forgetting something. I hope I'm not. So let's set the gunners. The gunner has the Uzi. So in a weapon, it has Uzi. Healer has the pistol. Cool. And the tank has the shotgun. Cool. Fantastic. The healer has the heal ability. Cool. We need one for each of these, so let's just get them done actually. Oh, for now we don't need to. We're gonna get some errors, but let's just act like they don't exist. For now we can just fill them all with heal. Why not? They're all gonna have the same ability, so don't be alarmed if you press the ability on the gunner and you just heal. Because yeah, we're just gonna put heal on all of this. And the passive we're not gonna touch this episode, so we can just have it in there, just so there's no errors. So there we go. Now that's done, we can test if this works quickly. I don't know if it will. I haven't tested. So let's go to character select and let's hit play. Fantastic. Let's go to the healer. Cool. Is that the pistol? Is that... I don't know if that's the pistol. Player. He's using the... Oh, sorry, I'm an idiot. We haven't actually... No, we haven't given the player the, where is it? Character handler. Let's just put that... Let's put that below the stats. Cool. And now let's test. The only error that might happen here is it might try to reach the holder before it can. Oh, so far so good. Let's pause. The player still has the Uzi. Okay, he still has the Uzi. But let's just make sure this is working. So the character holder. Okay, it selected the healer. So give me a second to play test this to figure out what's going on, and then I'll get back to you. So you guys know how I'm an idiot sometimes. That was it. I never called a function. Hope you guys can tell it's been a it's been a few days since I've coded. The mistakes I've made. Alright, let's see if this works, please. Hey, look, it's the pistol. Cool. One-shotting enemies, because pistol's balanced. Bang, 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 bang. Now let's test this. Let's see. Our player, let's open him up. Okay, he has 2 heals. That is right. That's right, because obviously the passive is heal as well. And now we just need to activate this ability. Very simple. In our character controller. Let's detect this. So if input dot get mouse, we're gonna make it a key. Get key down. Key code. Well, we're gonna have it as E. So if you press E, you activate it. Then what we're gonna do is get component in children. Ability handler. Ability handler. Dot. Ability. No. Activate ability. Boom. Dunzo. Let's head back in. Let's hit play. We might get an error because, again, we have 2, so it might be trying to reach 2 and giving us an error. I haven't tested that yet. Okay, so we're playing. Let's get damaged. Oh, look at our health. Boom. Oh, look at our health. Ooh. It works. Obviously, we can spam heal, but I'm not even fast enough. But there we go. We have And if we restart, it still works. So we restart, still works. I still have the pistol. So very cool. So we have the weapons done, we have the abilities done, and we have the passives done. So in the next video, we're going to finish the stats. There are a few we're missing. So we're missing armor, explosion size, and I think those two are it. So yeah, we're going to have something so like the player can pick stuff up and makes his bullets explosive, so there's a zone of damage. And we will also have, we obviously need armor for the tank. So yeah, next video we're finishing stats. Video after that we're going to finish the character selection, and a video after that I'm going to do a graphics overhaul, which won't be for you guys, it's just for me. I'm just going to make a video about it so you guys can be caught up and see how I do things. And I'm also going to change it so at the start of the game the player's sprite changes depending on character. So you know, one's going to be a knight, one's going to be an army dude, and one's going to be a nurse or a healer. So yeah, we'll get into that in the next few episodes. Yeah, tomorrow we should be done with the stats. It's going to be very quick. It's literally just armor and explosion size. And then the video after that, we're just finishing up the stats, which is literally just the passives and implementing those last abilities. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. There's a lot to do with this. Okay, I just need to make that clear. This right here, that little thing can save you a lot in a lot of situations. You want interactions on doors, use this. You want interactions on chests, use this. It's a very simple system of just you drag in a script, you select which function it activates, and then whenever, let's say it's a door that when you touch it it disappears. It's a secret doorway. You touch it, on collision enter, then just activate ability or whatever you have it activate, interaction, and then it just takes that component, selects the function, and activates. It's a very flexible and super useful thing to use. Anyways, I'm going to record the bit where we select the abilities and things, and it'll change things, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah. So today we implemented how the selection will actually affect the game. We did the weapons and the abilities. We didn't finish them. In the next few episodes, we'll be finishing the actual abilities and stats. But for now, we can actually select different weapons, and we do have abilities working. So let's go to the healer. Right now, we have the heal ability on every character, just cause. If we go on a healer, we see as pistol and heal. So I'm going to press play. You can see I'm shooting slowly. Well, slow-ish. It's the pistol at one-shots. And if I take some damage, if I press... That's embarrassing. If I take damage and I hit E, I'm back to full health. And I'm still just so bad and slow at that. But yeah, and this works for other things too. So if we go back to menu and character select and we select the gunner, we have play. You can see we shoot a lot faster. We're using the Uzi. 2-hit kill. But again, we have the same ability on all characters, which is heal. And if we hit tank up, you can see we're using the shotgun. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye bye.